it's me. I'm here today with a Fairyloot unboxing. Hey YouTube, it's Bobi, aka Paginator, and we finally got our Fairyloot box. It got way delayed, but it's here now, so yay, celebrations, we can open it on up. Alright, the tape is cut, the box is ready to open, and here we go. Something's already bent. Oh, it is the theme card. Okay, Bittersweet is the theme, and that could imply a whole lot of things. This, though, this art is suggesting to me sci-fi or dystopian. What do we think? Do we think that's right? We shall find out. This next item is definitely neither of those things. Heart fairy lights. Alright, so there you go. There's no batteries inside. It takes 2 AA's. I don't know if I have any AA's. Hang on a second, I'll go look. Success! We have found some AA's. So we shall pop them on in here and give these fairy lights a try. Fairy lights from Fairyloot. The case and I are in a fight. We shall hopefully get this. Alright, so, ooh, that's bright. Here we go. They are little heart-shaped fairy lights. What will I use these for? Maybe Instagram posts? Although, actually, if we take a closer look, like, that's not really a heart. It's kind of a leaf shape. Maybe if we had an indent here, it would be a heart, but either way, they're cute fairy lights. Can't complain. Alright, so we have this deck of cards. This is Threads of Fate. This was supposed to come in the last box, I believe, and got delayed. So we're removing the plastic and going to take a closer look. Character art inspired by Only a Monster, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, 6 Crimson Cranes, and Jadefire Gold. I'm actually reading Only a Monster right now. Yeah. Let's see if we can find the art cards. Alright. So here are the art cards for the Spades suit. I'm thinking this is Jadefire Gold. Or maybe 6 Crimson Cranes. Gosh, I don't know. We're just going to look and appreciate, and we'll worry about what fandoms they are later. Oh, I forgot to show you, there is shiny red foiling on the edges of the cards, which is really nice. Here are the clubs. Here are the hearts. And here are the diamonds. Very nice art. I like them. I will not be letting my kids at school play with them because they're too pretty. Alright, up next we have a pin that says Strange the Dreamer on it. Ooh, that's pretty. So we've got a moth that's just got some little designs on it. Very pretty. It's been ages since I read Strange the Dreamer. I kind of want to reread it though before I read the sequel, and I keep putting that off because I'm too scared that I won't like it. Okay, we've got a little trinket dish. This looks like the Night Circus, and there are really never endings, happy or otherwise. Yes, Aaron Morgenstern, The Night Circus. Oh, it pops out. Okay. Oh, it's like a basket. Like a basket, it is a basket. What is a person if not the marks they leave behind? V.E. Schwab. There's 2 books in this box. And the one I just saw is really pretty. We have a paperback, gorgeous copy of An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X.R. Pan. This is so pretty, and we've got sprayed edges on it. Alright, let's find out what this is about. Hunter Yi has a perfect aim with a bow and arrow, but all else in his life veers off course. Haunted by his family's past mistakes, the only things keeping him from running away are his younger brother, a supernatural wind, and the bewitching girl at his new school. Luna Chang dreads the future. Graduation looms ahead and her parents' expectations are stifling. Then her life is turned upside down by the strange new boy in her class, the unearthly fireflies that follow her around, and an ominous crack that begins to spread across the town of Fairbridge. As Hunter and Luna navigate the feud between their families and uncover hidden secrets, everything around them begins to fall apart, and all they can depend on is their love, but time is running out and fate will have its way. The little blurb on the bottom here says it's a reinterpretation of Romeo and Juliet filled with romance, magic, and Chinese mythology. This is, I just noticed the UK version of this because it's got the hatchettechildrens.co.uk on here, and the price is in pounds, £7.99. Oh, this is so pretty. It is also signed by the author. Alright, we are ready for our tarot cards of the month, and I'm going to use the spoiler card to help me. It says they're illustrated by at ARZ28 and feature Changjae and Li Wei, both from Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. I still haven't read that book yet. I have so much to read. Now that my thesis is done, I will have way more time to read. I am very excited about that. I'm very excited. But the art, as usual, is gorgeous. I should follow this person on Instagram. I bet they have an Instagram. Would be silly if they didn't. Okay, so we're ready for the book, which we might not be able to get to because the string is stuck inside the box. Give me a second, please. Okay, we're ready to take a peek. We've got blue sprayed edges, and of course, I'm going to make you wait a little bit more because we're going to find the bookmark, which of course matches the spoiler card. And we've got the newsletter, which we will come back to in a minute. We have an art print with a letter from the reader on the back, and it's typed so I can read it better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, here we go. Ah! Guys, I have been seeing this book everywhere. Oh my goodness. Blood Scion by Deborah Fallet. Once again, I don't know how to say people's names. Again, we saw the gorgeous blue sprayed edges. What color of blue would Miranda Priestley tell us this is? Is it cerulean like we learn in Devil Wears Prada, or is it a different shade of blue? Alright, so we've got some end papers here that are really pretty, and it says an exclusive Fairyloot edition with the author's signature there. We have art inside the dust jacket. Is it wrong for me to be excited about the fact that it's just a girl there and not a girl and a guy, or a girl and two guys? Don't know why that makes me happy, but it does. And look at this, we have more printing on the cover. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, let's do some reading and find out more. We'll start with the letter from the author. To you. I wrote Blood Scion during a period when I was searching for myself. I was a first-generation immigrant, the daughter of two hard-working Nigerian parents who had dreams of a far better future for their children than they had. Yet, as a 12-year-old navigating life in a new country, I struggled to find a sense of identity. Growing up, to be African was to be seen as an outsider, and to be black was to be made to feel inferior. I changed my name and rejected my culture because I was led to believe that doing so would help me assimilate better with the other kids. It's a familiar experience many immigrant children share, being forced to resent and forsake certain parts of our cultures in an effort to feel accepted, to fit in, to survive. But as the years passed, I began to ask myself, who was I if I was not African, Nigerian, black? The answer to this question would come to me much later. I was in my early 20s, a psychology student in my second year at university when I first met her, Sloane, a magical young girl with a story that demanded to be told. Blood Scion began with her, and hers was a story about culture and tradition, the loss of a young girl's identity and her fight to reclaim it. The more I discovered about Sloane's journey, it became clear to me that I was also on a journey of my own, for writing Blood Scion felt like slipping through the cracks of myself to a time and place where home was the two-story compound on the outskirts of Lagos, my grandmother seated on a stone ledge dressed in her traditional iro and buba, as she wove stories about the Orisha gods and goddesses. The more I wrote, the more I started to remember the history and traditions of our people, our sacred beliefs and spirituality. The culture I was once taught to be ashamed of now became something to be embraced and celebrated. They say a book can sometimes be a mirror, and in the years it took to write Blood Scion, that is what this book became for me, a thread connecting me back to my roots, to the pieces of myself that I've been missing for a very long time. I'm truly proud of where this journey has taken me, and it is my hope that Sloane's story does the same for you too. With love, Deborah. That's so cool that she was able to like rediscover her identity partially and thanks to writing this book. All right. Let's take a look at what the blurb on the inside of the dust jacket says. I am a descendant of Shango, the god of heat and fire. I am a living inferno. I am a dead girl walking. 15-year-old Sloane can incinerate an enemy at will. She is a scion, a descendant of the ancient Orisha gods, but under the brutal rule of the Lucis, her identity means her death. Her mother knew as much. She disappeared trying to hide Sloane's truth. Sloane, too, has hidden her abilities, but on her 15th birthday, she's conscripted into the Lucis army. Once taken, Sloane must not only conceal her power, but overcome the bloody challenges of Lucis training. But if she can infiltrate the Lucis, she could destroy her enemies, the people who think of her as less than human, the overlords responsible for her mother's disappearance. Sloane rises through the ranks and gains strength, but in doing so risks something greater, losing herself entirely and becoming the very monster she abhors. I've got so many books that are just wanting me to read them, and I want to read them, and there's only so many hours in the day. Alright, let's take a look at the Fairy Scoop, and we'll see information about the cover. It says, your edition of Blood Scion comes with exclusive cover, custom end paper signed by the author. We saw those. Artwork on the reverse of the dust jacket, sprayed edges, art wrapped around the hardcover. Very cool. And next month's theme is going to be Cloak and Dagger. The May theme will be Cloak and Dagger, clandestine missions, midnight meetings, and unlikely alliances. You can expect items inspired by From Blood and Ash, Red Rising, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and our featured book of the month. Yay! Another good box. Now, tell me, you guys, what I should do, because Fairyloot is going to be offering a book-only option pretty soon, and I'm kind of toying with the idea of just doing the book-only option, but then sometimes we get these really great items, and I don't know what to do. What should I do? Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. In the meantime, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.